Come in, friend, and set it all down. Whatever you carried through this door with you, the list that never quite got finished, the people who need more of you than you have left, the day that simply asked too much. You can set every bit of it down now, right here, the way you set down heavy bags just inside the door of home. You do not have to sort it tonight. You do not have to solve it tonight. Tonight is not for carrying. Tonight is for being carried. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Those are his own words, friend, spoken for the weary, and they were kept safe through all the centuries for exactly this hour and exactly for you. Maybe the tiredness you brought to bed is not the kind that sleep alone can reach. There is a weariness of the body, and a good night can mend that. But there is another weariness, the one that lives behind the eyes and down in the chest, the weariness of holding too many things up for too long, of being the one everyone leans on, of lying down at last and finding that the mind will not lie down with you. It keeps standing there in the dark, going through its lists, carrying tomorrow before tomorrow has even arrived. If that is you tonight, friend, then this hour was made for you, and you are more welcome here than you know, because the God of the Bible has a particular tenderness for the overwhelmed, not the strong, not the ones who have it all managed, the ones who are carrying too much, the heavy laden. That is his own old word for it. And it is exactly the word for how you feel. And to those people, and to no one more than those people, he gives one standing invitation, spoken by the gentlest voice that ever spoke. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. That is where this night is going, slowly, with no hurry at all. The promises of God about rest, about burdens lifted, about strength renewed while you do nothing but sleep. Read quietly over you from the King James Bible, one after another, like a lamp left burning low in the room, not to wake you, only to keep you company while you are kept. And you may be entirely at ease about how you listen. There is nothing here to follow and nothing to get right. If your thoughts wander, let them wander. The words will go on without you, soft and steady, like rain on the roof. And if sleep takes you in the middle of a verse, then the verse will have done its whole work. For sleep is the very gift these promises were given to bring. A weary child does not stay awake to finish the lullaby. The lullaby is there so the child can stop. So let the settling begin gently. Let the bed take all of your weight now, every pound of it, because it can, and you have carried enough today. Let your shoulders come down, let your jaw soften, let your hands lie open on the blanket, holding nothing, because for the next few hours, nothing is yours to hold. Take one slow breath in, easy and deep, and let it go long and unhurried, the way a kettle sighs when the heat is finally turned off. And once more, in and gently out. There, that is all the work this night will ever ask of you. The rest of the working, all of it, belongs to someone who does not get tired. Let us go to him now. We begin with the invitation itself, because everything else tonight rests on it. It is found in the Gospel of Matthew, in the 11th chapter, and it may be the most tender sentence in all the scriptures. Before we hear it, notice one small thing about it, and then let it go. Notice who it is for. It is not addressed to the rested. It is not addressed to the ones who have finished their work and folded it neatly away. It is addressed by name to the laboring and the loaded down, to the very people who feel too far behind and too far spent to come to anything. If you have felt too weary lately, even to pray well, friend, then you are not disqualified from this invitation. You are the one it was written to. Hear it now, slowly. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Come unto me. Not, get yourself together first. Not, finish the list and then come. Come as you are, tonight, with the whole unfinished day still hanging off you, and I will give you rest. Notice that rest here is a gift and not a wage. He does not say you will earn rest or deserve rest, or finally arrive at rest when everything is done, because everything is never done. He says, I will give it. It is handed over, the way you hand a tired traveler a chair, and all the traveler has to do is sit down. And then the invitation goes on, even more gently. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Rest unto your souls. There it is, the deeper rest, the one your body cannot manufacture on its own, the rest that reaches the part of you that keeps standing in the dark, going through its lists. He knows the difference between a tired back and a tired soul, and he is offering to quiet both. And when he describes his own heart, so that you will not be afraid to come near, he chooses the two softest words he can find, meek and lowly. The one who holds the stars together says of himself, I am gentle. You will not be scolded at this door for how much you are carrying, or for how long it took you to come. You will simply be let in. The prophet Jeremiah heard the same kindness and wrote it down in a single line in the 31st chapter of his book. It is short enough to fall asleep holding. For I have satiated the weary soul, and I have replenished every sorrowful soul. Satiated, filled full, the way rain fills a dry field until the field wants nothing more. That is what God says he does with weary souls. He does not ration his rest out to them in careful spoonfuls. He satiates, and replenished, there is a morning word. What was poured out of you today, he means to pour back, and he has more to pour than you had to lose. And the 145th Psalm adds the last stroke of the picture for anyone who feels not just tired tonight, but bent over by it all. The Lord upholdeth all that fall, and raiseth up all those that be bowed down, all that fall, all that be bowed down. The scriptures are wonderfully unembarrassed by words like all. There is no version of being bent low that puts you outside that verse. His hand is under everyone who is going down under the weight, which means, friend, his hand is under you right now, and it was under you all day, even in the hours when you felt entirely alone with the load. So let that be the first stone laid tonight, the one all the others will rest on. You have been invited, not summoned to explain yourself. Invited, the way a friend with a warm kitchen invites you in out of the cold, pulls out the chair, and will not hear of you helping with anything. Come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. You do not have to answer with words. Sinking a little deeper into this bed is answer enough. He can hear it, and there is more, friend. Rest here a moment, and then we will go a little further in to the psalm that gives tonight's heaviness its own name and finds it a rock to stand on. And now we come slowly to the psalm this night has been leaning toward, the one that gives your heaviness its own name. Because the feeling you carried to bed tonight, friend, the one so hard to explain even to the people who love you, that sense of being covered over by it all, the Bible knows that feeling from the inside. The Bible has a word for it, and the word is overwhelmed. It is not a modern word, and it is not your private failing. It sits right there in the Psalms, written long ago by David, the shepherd who became a king. Even that man knew nights when his heart went under like a small boat taking on water. And here is the tender part. When he came to the end of his rope, he did not tidy himself up before he prayed. He prayed the overwhelm itself. He turned the feeling into the prayer, and God kept that prayer in his book forever, so that on a night like this, you could find it waiting and know you are not the first and you are not alone. It is the 61st Psalm, and it opens with a cry so plain that a child could pray it, and so honest that mostly it is the very tired who do. Hear it now, slowly. Hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. Attend unto my prayer. Attend. That is a bedside word. A nurse attends. A mother attends. It means to lean in close and to stay and to miss nothing. David is asking God to draw the chair nearer to the bed, and God does. And then comes the verse this whole night rests on, perhaps the truest sentence about being overwhelmed ever set down in words. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee, when my heart is overwhelmed. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I, when my heart is overwhelmed. There it is, friend, your very feeling in the Bible, in so many words. Not when my heart is a little tired, when my heart is overwhelmed, plainly said, with no shame anywhere in it. And notice what David does with the feeling. He does not push it down or scold himself for having it. He carries it straight to God and says it aloud, and that is already the beginning of rest. The moment the overwhelm is spoken to God, it stops being a nameless fog filling the room and becomes a prayer, and a prayer is something God has promised to attend. You might pray it the same way tonight, in the fewest words you like. Lord, my heart is overwhelmed. That is a whole prayer, one of the oldest in the world, and it has never once gone unheard. And then, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Notice what David does not ask for. He does not ask to be made taller. He does not ask for a stronger back or one more hour in the day. He asked to be led to something higher than himself, a rock he did not have to be, a rock he could simply stand on. Friend, you may have spent years being the tallest thing in your life, the one everyone leans on, the one who holds the family up and yourself up last of all. But this verse is glad news for tall, tired people. There is a rock that is higher than you. You do not have to be the tallest thing in your life anymore. When the water rises, you are not asked to outgrow it, only to be led one small step onto what was always higher than the flood. And David can ask this with his whole weight because he is not guessing. Listen to the next verse. For thou hast been a shelter for me and a strong tower from the enemy. Thou hast been. That is memory talking. David looks back down the years and finds them full of kept nights. And so can you, friend. You came through days you were sure would break you, and here you are on the far side of every one of them. The God who sheltered you then did not retire. What he has been, he will be. So David lies down inside that memory, and here the psalm goes soft, like a man speaking as sleep comes for him. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covert of thy wings. The covert, the hidden warm place where a small bird sleeps through the storm and never sees it. That is where the psalm ends, tucked into its warmest place. And that is where you may end too. David prayed this way more than once. In the 142nd Psalm, hiding in a cave with nowhere left to run, he said it even more simply. When my spirit was overwhelmed within me, then thou knewest my path, then thou knewest. While David was losing the thread of his own life, God had never lost it. And it is the same for you. When you cannot see your own way forward, the path is not lost. It is known, every step of it, by one who has never been overwhelmed by anything. There is one more psalm for this hour, the 62nd Psalm, and it may be the stillest song David ever wrote. Truly, my soul waiteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. Waiteth, not works, not worries, not paces the floor. Waits, the way the earth waits for rain, doing nothing but staying put and being willing. And then, he only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved. There is a lovely honesty in that word, greatly. David does not claim he will never tremble, only that he cannot be uprooted, the way a deep-rooted tree sways at his top and holds at the root. You may sway a little tonight too. It costs you nothing. You are held where it matters. Then, a few lines on, David does a gentle thing worth learning. He turns and speaks to his own soul, the way you might quiet a stirring child. My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. He tells his own heart where to look and listen to what happens. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. The word greatly has fallen away. A few verses of remembering who God is, and the sway has gone out of the tree altogether. I shall not be moved. That is what these old words do when they are said slowly in the dark. They do not argue the fear away. They settle it the way a hand laid on the shoulder settles it, and the psalm gathers it all into a single line. In God is my salvation and my glory. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in God. Every heavy thing in David's life gathered up and stored in God, so that nothing precious is left lying out in the weather. And then the psalm turns to you directly, as though David looked up and saw every overwhelmed soul who would come after him. Trust in him at all times. Ye people, pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Selah, pour out your heart before him. Stay with that phrase, friend, because it is the whole permission of this night. Not present your heart in good order. Pour it out the way a pitcher is emptied. Everything, the worries you can name and the ones you cannot, the ache you are almost embarrassed by, the tiredness that has no single cause. All of it may go out of you and into him tonight, lying right where you are. And that small word at the end, Selah, the old note in the margin of the Psalms, means pause and rest and let the music breathe. Even the Bible's own songs stop to rest. You may too. So let this settle over you now. Your overwhelm has a name. The name is welcome in prayer. And beneath it, there is a rock that is higher than you. And once a heart has been poured out, friend, the scriptures have one thing more for you. For the weight itself this time, the actual burden, and it is gentler than you would think, and it can be done lying down. Soon we will hear the old words about casting, about letting the load off your shoulders, one care at a time, onto shoulders that do not tire. There is no hurry. Rest here on the rock a moment longer, and then we will set the burden down together. You have poured out your heart, friend, or you have begun to, and that is enough. Now the scriptures come one step closer and speak about the weight itself, because there is the telling of the burden, and then there's the handing over of the burden, and they are not quite the same thing. A traveler can stand in a warm doorway and describe everything in the heavy bag on his shoulder, every strap and every pound of it, and still be wearing the bag. At some point, the kind voice inside the house says, the simplest thing a kind voice can say, you can put that down now. That is the word of this hour. The load you have been carrying, the one that followed you to bed and settled on your chest when the light went out, was never meant to stay on your shoulders. It never was. You were not built to be its resting place. It was only ever passing through your hands on its way to stronger ones, and tonight it arrives. The old words for this come from the 55th Psalm. David wrote it on one of the worst days of his life, a day of betrayal and trouble on every side, which is worth knowing, because it means this verse was not composed in an easy chair. It was learned under weight. Hear it now, slowly. Cast thy burden upon the Lord. and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Cast thy burden. Notice first that the scripture freely admits you have one. It does not say, pretend thy burden away, or be ashamed of thy burden, or explain how thou camest to be carrying so much. It says thy burden, yours, the particular one, with its own weight and shape that nobody else has ever carried in quite your way. God is not waiting for you to arrive burden-free. He is watching for you to come bent under it, because the bent ones are the very ones the verse was written for. And cast is a humble word. It is not a great feat of faith. It is what you do with something when your arms are finished. The motion of letting a thing go and letting it land somewhere that can bear it. And then the promise, the part that holds when everything else lets go. He shall sustain thee. Read that again in the quiet. Not, he shall sustain the burden, though he will carry that too. He shall sustain thee. The caster is what God catches. When you hand him the load, he does not take the load and leave you swaying there, emptied out and spent. He puts his strength under the very person who let go. The way the bed is holding you at this moment, everywhere at once, asking nothing. He shall sustain thee, and he shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. Sustaining is what he does all night, without effort and without pause, for everyone who has handed him the weight. And here is the gentle news for a tired body at this hour. Casting is a bedtime action. You do not have to get up to do it. You do not need strength or fine words or a clear head. It can be done lying exactly where you are, in the dark, with your eyes closed, one care at a time. You remember how you came in tonight, setting everything down just inside the door, like heavy bags at the end of a long trip. This is that, made into a slow prayer. Take the first care that comes to mind, the appointment, the person, the money, the ache, and without solving any of it, hand it over. Lord, this one is yours tonight. Then the next. Lord, this one too. There is no list to finish and no order to keep. If the same care comes back, hand it back as many times as it comes, without any scolding of yourself. The handing over is never wasted. Each time you do it, the truth sinks a little deeper, that the night does not need you to hold it up, and neither does anything in it. The old fisherman Peter learned this same lesson over a lifetime, and near the end of it, he wrote it down for the churches. In the first epistle of Peter, chapter 5. Listen to how tenderly the two lines lean on each other. Humble yourselves therefore under the mighty hand of God, that he may exalt you in due time, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God. That can sound stern until you see what it is actually asking. Peter is not telling you to think poorly of yourself. He is telling you to stop being the strong one for a while, to come in under a hand mightier than yours, the way a child comes in under the family roof at nightfall, glad that the strength of the house was never his job. Humbling yourself tonight looks like nothing more than this, letting God be the strong one, and you be the kept one. And in the original line, the casting is how the humbling is done. You bow low simply by handing your cares up. Every worry you release is a quiet way of saying, "You are God, and I am not, and I am glad of it, for He careth for you." Friend, if you keep only one phrase from this whole night, let it be this one: He careth for you. Not He tolerates you. Not He will care once you have sorted yourself out. He careth for you now, tonight, in the present tense, with your list unfinished and your heart still half heavy. You personally are cared for, thought about, looked after by the one who does not sleep, so that you can say it inwardly once more, slowly, and let each word take its own time. He careth for you. That is the reason casting works at all. You are not dropping your cares into a void. You are placing them into caring hands. And in case you should wonder what God loads onto people in return, the 68th Psalm answers with one of the sweetest reversals in the book. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the God of our salvation. Selah. There is the whole exchange in one line. You cast on Him the burden, and the only load He lays on you is benefits, mercies, provisions, kept promises, small kindnesses you will not even notice until later, loaded on daily, the way a table is laid every morning, whether the household deserves it or not. You have been part of that exchange all your life, friend, trading weight for goodness, and tomorrow morning it will happen again without your lifting a finger. One burden may still be sitting quietly at the edge of the bed, though, and it deserves its own verse. Tomorrow, the unfinished things, the calls not made, the matters that will still be there when the sun comes up. For those, the 37th Psalm gives a bedtime word. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass. Commit thy way, not carry thy way all night, turning it over and over. Commit it the way you hand a letter across the counter and walk home with empty hands, because the delivering was never going to be done by you pacing the floor, and He shall bring it to pass. Tomorrow has a keeper already, and it is not you. What is unfinished tonight is not unattended. He works on while you rest, and what He has taken in hand, He brings to pass. So the burden is down, or as far down as it will go tonight, and even a little lower is enough. And maybe one question is still resting somewhere in you, whether the hands that took it truly know what they are holding, and whether they know you. Friend, that is where the night goes next, into the oldest comfort of all, the God who knows you through and through, tiredness and all, and who carries His people the way a father carries a child home at the end of a long day. There is no hurry. Let the satchel lie there by the bench where you set it. It is not yours to watch anymore. And when you are ready, we will hear how you are known and how you are carried. The burden is down now. Let it stay down. And in this quieter place, friend, one more comfort waits for you, and it may be the deepest of the night. It is this: you are not managing an indifferent universe. It can feel that way at the end of a long day, as though the world were a great machine that grinds on whether you are tired or not, and you a small keeper of small accounts that nobody else checks. But that is not the world you are lying in. The scriptures say something else entirely, and they say it softly. You are known, not known about the way a name is known on a list, known personally, closely, tiredness and all. The eyes that are on you tonight are not the cold eyes of a system. They are the eyes of someone who made you, who has watched over every year of you, and who likes what he made. The prophet Isaiah carries this word from God himself in chapter 46 of his book, and it is spoken with such tenderness toward the aging that many have wept to hear it. Listen to it slowly. It is God who is speaking. And even to your old age I am he, and even to hoar hairs will I carry you. I have made, and I will bear. Even I will carry, and will deliver you. Even to your old age I am he. Stay with that a moment. The years change so many things. They change the body. They change the house. They quietly take friends and slow the steps and turn the hair to silver. The hoar hairs the old verse speaks of, the color of frost, the color of honor. But the years do not change him. I am he says, the same one, the God of your childhood prayers, the God of your busiest decades, the God of this very night, one and the same, undiminished, unchanged. Others may have needed you to stay strong, to stay useful to them. He never did. His love was never resting on your strength. And then the carrying words, 4 of them in one breath. I have made, and I will bear. Even I will carry, and will deliver you. I have made. You are his workmanship before you were anyone's helper. And what he makes, he does not set down halfway. I will bear, I will carry, I will deliver. Hear how the promise leans forward through the years, further than you can see from this pillow. There's no age at which you graduate out of being carried. There is no year coming in which he looks at you and decides you are too much to lift. The arms underneath you tonight are the same arms, and they have never once grown tired of you. Even I will carry you. Let those words rock a little, slowly, like a lamp flame barely moving. Even I. He does not send the carrying out to be done by another. He does it himself. The book of Deuteronomy holds the picture that goes with this promise from the wilderness years of Israel. Moses reminded the people what those hard miles had actually been, that the Lord thy God bare thee, as a man doth bear his son, in all the way that ye went, as a man doth bear his son. You have seen this, friend. Perhaps you have been this, the end of a long day out somewhere, and a child worn through, past walking, past even asking, and the father does not lecture the child about stamina. He bends down, he gathers the child up, head against his shoulder, and he carries him home, in all the way, every step of it, and the child sleeps through his own journey and wakes up safe in bed. That is the picture God chose for himself. Not a taskmaster pacing behind his workers, a father carrying a worn-out child home. and the tired child does not help with the carrying. The tired child's whole work is to lean and to grow heavy and to sleep. You are allowed to be carried like that tonight. You are allowed to grow heavy in the arms that hold you. It is what they are for. And this carrying God pays the closest attention as He goes. The 56th Psalm says it in a verse so intimate it almost whispers. David wrote it in a frightened season, far from home, and this is what steadied him. Thou tellest my wanderings. Put thou my tears into thy bottle. Are they not in thy book? Thou tellest my wanderings. Tellest, in the old sense, means countest. He counts your wanderings, all the roads of your life, the planned ones and the lost ones, the years that made sense and the years that did not. Every one of them counted. None of them dropped. And then, further still, put thou my tears into thy bottle. In the ancient world, a mourner might keep a small bottle for tears, so that grief would not simply vanish into the ground as though it had never been. David dares to believe God keeps such a bottle, and the rest of Scripture agrees with him. The tears you have cried in your life, friend, including the ones nobody saw, including the ones that came at night without a clear reason, not one of them fell unnoticed. They were gathered, they are kept and written in His book, like things too precious to lose. A God who counts tears is not managing you from a distance. He is nearer to you than the pillow, and He has been all along. Nothing about you has ever been too small for His attention. Not a tear, not a sigh, not this night. Let the room be very still now. There's only one verse left in this hour, and it is short, and it holds everything the night has said so far. It comes from the prophet Nahum, a small book, only a few pages, tucked near the end of the Old Covenant, and in the middle of it, this: the Lord is good, a stronghold in the day of trouble, and He knoweth them that trust in Him. The Lord is good. Begin there, and you could end there. It is the plainest sentence in tonight's Scriptures, and the deepest. He is good, good at the center, good all the way through, good toward you, a stronghold in the day of trouble, a place to be kept safe when the day is heavy, and some of your days have been heavy, and He held. But it is the last clause that belongs to this hour, and He knoweth them that trust in Him. He knoweth them, not merely guards them, knows them, knows you, knows what this particular week took out of you, knows why tonight felt heavy, knows the things you have never managed to say out loud to anyone, and knowing all of it, everything, He remains good, and He remains near, and He keeps you still, to be fully known and still kept. That is the resting place, friend. That is the bottom of the night, and it is solid. So rest here. Nothing is asked of you now. You are known, you are carried, your tears are counted and kept. The lamp is low, the book lies open, and the goodness of God is around this room like the warmth around the flame. Breathe in slowly once more, and let it go long and easy. There, only one thing remains for this night, and it is hardly a task at all. There will be things still unfinished tomorrow, There always are. And there is a way to hand him the night shift itself, the watching, the unfinished things, the hours between now and morning, and let him keep them all while you sleep. That is where we will go next, slowly, with no hurry at all. For now, lean, grow heavy. The one who knoweth you is the one who carrieth you, and he has never yet put a child down before the child was home. The day you carried in here with you is over, friend. It ended a little while ago, quietly, without asking your permission, and without waiting for your list to be done. That is simply how days end. The sun does not check with anyone before it goes down. In the old farm country, a man ploughed until the light failed. And when the light failed, he took the horse in, and whatever rows were left unturned just lay there in the dark, unworried, waiting for morning. The light, not the finishing, is what closes a day's work. And the light has closed yours. Whatever got done today is done, and whatever did not get done has been carried over, gently, onto a page you cannot even see from this bed. Either way, the working part of this day is behind you now, as surely as the sunset is, and no amount of lying here thinking about it can add a single hour back. But the mind does not always believe the whistle has blown. You know how it goes. The body clocks out and lies down, and the mind stays on at the shop, walking the dark aisles alone, checking again what was checked already, going back over the conversation from this afternoon, drafting the one that might happen tomorrow, counting what is owed and what is due, and who needs what by when. It calls all this being responsible. It even feels like being responsible. But hear the truth of it plainly, because the truth here is a kindness. Lying awake, reviewing the day that is over, and pre-worrying the day that has not come, is work. It is a night shift, and it is a shift that was never on your schedule, because the one who orders your days never assigned it to you. No one in heaven is expecting you at that post tonight. The night shift is not yours. The scriptures name this exact habit, and they name it in the 127th Psalm with more tenderness than we ever managed toward ourselves. Hear it slowly. It is vain for you to rise up early, to sit up late, to eat the bread of sorrows, for so he giveth his beloved sleep. To eat the bread of sorrows. Stay with that picture a moment, because it may be the truest picture of the overwhelmed mind in all the book. Worry at midnight is a meal. It is a cold supper the mind sets out for itself after everyone else has gone to bed. The same few crusts every night. The unfinished task, the unanswered question, the thing you said, the thing you should have said, and the mind sits down to it faithfully and chews, and never once swallows, and never once is fed. That is the bread of sorrows. You know its taste, friend, and so did the psalmist, 3,000 years before either of us was tired. Nothing about your midnight is strange to the scriptures. They set a lamp beside it long ago. And notice how gently the verse speaks to the one still sitting at that table. It is vain, it says, not it is wicked. Not shame on you for sitting up late, only it is vain, it gains you nothing. The way a father might lay a hand on the shoulder of a child, doing sums by candlelight, long past bedtime, and say, "This will still be here in the morning," and you will do it, better rested. And then comes the clause the whole verse was built to carry, the gift clause. For so he giveth his beloved sleep. Sleep in this psalm is not something you achieve at the end of enough effort. It is something handed to you, the way bread is handed across a table, and it is handed to his beloved, which is what you are. He giveth his beloved sleep. Let those words be the plate set in front of you tonight, instead of the old, cold supper. He giveth his beloved sleep. Still, somewhere under the covers, a small voice may be saying, "But it is not finished. The list is not finished. The mending is not finished. The worry has loose ends I have not tied." So hear what was said to a man standing in front of the most unfinished business anyone ever faced. Moses had a whole people to lead across a wilderness with no road, and the journey was barely begun. And in the book of Exodus, when he was worn thin with the weight of it, God gave him this, and he said, "My presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. My presence shall go with thee." Not, "My presence will meet you once everything is settled." With thee, into the unfinished middle of it all, every step still remaining. God is not waiting for you at the far end of your list, friend. He is with you here, in the half done. And it is right here, in the half done, that he says, "I will give thee rest." And he does more with your unfinished things than keep you company among them. He works on them on his own shift, the one that never ends. The 138th Psalm says it in one line that you can fall asleep holding. "The Lord will perfect that which concerneth me. Thy mercy, O Lord, endureth forever." The Lord will perfect. Not, "I will finally perfect if I sit up late enough." He will. And what will he perfect? That which concerneth me, which is to say, the very things circling your mind right now, the people, the money, the health, the loose ends, all of it gathered up in one old word, whatever concerns you. The verse puts the finishing of it in his hands and leaves nothing of it in yours. And it gives the reason too. "Thy mercy, O Lord, endureth forever." His mercy does not go off duty at midnight. It endureth straight through the hours you sleep, longer than the night, longer than the list, forever. There is one more word for this, and it may be the sweetest of the four. In the 57th Psalm, David, on one of the hardest nights of his life, said this, "I will cry unto God most high, unto God that performeth all things for me." Read that last clause again, slowly, and notice which way it points. God that performeth all things for me, not God for whom I must perform. All your life you have been the one performing, the one doing for others, the capable pair of hands, and somewhere along the way, you may have started coming to God the same way, ready to do. But the verse runs the other direction. He performeth, you receive. Tonight, the doing in this room flows towards you, friend, like warmth from that small lamp on the wall, and your whole part is to lie still in it, unto God that performeth all things for me. So look, just once, with your mind's eye, at the bed you are lying in. Someone turn that blanket down. The room itself has been saying all evening what the scriptures have been saying all along, that the shift is over, that the table of sorrows is cleared, that nothing more is asked of these hands until morning. Let the day be over now, because it is. Let the unfinished stay unfinished in his keeping, because it is kept. He giveth his beloved sleep, and you are the beloved in that sentence tonight. And as you settle deeper, there is one more gentle thing to learn about this rest you are sinking into, something that changes its whole flavor. Rest is not only allowed, friend. Rest is holy. It was holy before you were born, before any list was ever written, woven into the world at the very beginning. And that is where we will go next, slowly, back to the oldest evening of all, to see how God himself keeps rest, and why your sleeping tonight is nearer to him than your striving ever was. There is a quiet accusation that visits busy people at bedtime, and it may have visited you tonight. It whispers that resting is slacking, that lying here, doing nothing, while so much remains undone, is somehow letting people down, falling behind, going soft. It is an old voice, and it sounds so reasonable in the dark. But it is not the voice of God, friend. And tonight, we're going to let the scriptures answer it, gently and for good. Because the Bible does not treat rest as a weakness to be excused. It treats rest as something holy. Not holy the way a duty is holy, but holy the way a gift is, set apart, blessed, intended. And to see that, we do not have to go far into the book at all. We go to the book of Genesis at the very beginning, before there was a single tired person in the world. Hear how the story of everything begins to close its first week. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God created and made. God rested. Sit with that for a moment, the way you would sit with any astonishing sentence. The maker of light and sea and every sleeping bird, who needs nothing and never tires, chose to rest and chose to let it be written down on the first page where no one could miss it. He did not rest because he was worn out. He rested because the work was done enough. And done enough is a real place, a place where working stops and enjoying begins. And then comes the part that answers the whispering voice directly. God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it. Sanctified means set apart as holy. And notice what, in all that new creation, received that word first. Not a mountain, not a temple, not a task. A day of rest was the first thing in the whole world ever called holy. Before anything else wore that crown, rest wore it. Which means Rest was woven into the fabric of the world before any list existed, before the first field was planted, before the first ledger was ruled, before anyone anywhere owed anyone else a morning's labor. The rhythm was already set: work and then rest, and the rest was blessed. You did not invent tiredness, friend, and you did not invent stopping. And stopping is not a crack in the design that you fall through when you cannot keep up. Stopping is the design. When you lay yourself down tonight, you are not breaking the pattern of a productive life. You are keeping the oldest pattern there is, the one God Himself kept first and called good enough to bless. The seventh day was made holy while the world was still new. Your rest tonight is descended from that day in a straight, unbroken line. And if the beginning of the book says it, so does the gentle center of it. Come forward now, a long way, to the Gospel of Mark, chapter 6. The disciples have just returned from days of hard travel and harder work, full of reports, surrounded by need on every side. And watch what Jesus does with those tired workers. He does not hand them a further assignment. And He said unto them, Come ye yourselves apart into a desert place, and rest a while. For there were many coming and going, and they had no leisure so much as to eat. There were many coming and going, and they had no leisure so much as to eat. Friend, has any sentence written so long ago ever sounded so much like your own week? The phone that will not stay quiet, the door that keeps needing answering, the calendar with no white space left in it, people wanting a piece of you from morning until the light gives out, and meals eaten standing up, if they are eaten at all. The disciples knew that day, you know that day, and into exactly that kind of day, the kindest voice in the Scriptures speaks not a rebuke, but an invitation. Come ye yourselves apart, and rest a while. Rest from those lips is not a concession He grudgingly allows His workers. It is His prescription, His idea, the thing He draws His own tired people away to on purpose. If you have been waiting all these years for someone with the authority to tell you it is all right to stop, here is that someone, and here is Him telling you, come apart and rest a while. And then the Scriptures do one thing more with rest, the loveliest thing of all. They point it forward. In the Epistle to the Hebrews, chapter 4, after looking all the way back to that first seventh day, the writer looks ahead and says this: There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God. For he that is entered into his rest, he also hath ceased from his own works, as God did from his. There remaineth therefore a rest. Remaineth. Still there, still ahead. Not used up by all the generations who rested before you, not forfeited by all the evenings you failed to rest well, but kept, reserved, remaining, a rest with your name on it, waiting for the people of God the way a turned-down bed waits at the end of a long road. And hear how a person enters it. He that is entered into his rest, he also hath ceased from his own works, as God did from his. Ceased from his own works. There is your permission, friend, written in the oldest ink. Ceasing is not quitting, and it is not failing. Ceasing is what God did when the week was full, and ceasing is how His people have entered His rest ever since. To cease from your own works, just for tonight, the planning and the fixing and the holding together of everything is not to fall out of step with Him. It is to fall into step with Him, doing on this small evening what He did when the world was new, as God did from His. So the whispering voice was wrong on every count. Resting tonight is not laziness, because the first holy thing was a day of rest. It is not letting anyone down, because the Lord Himself draws His weary ones apart and bids them rest a while. And it is not falling behind, because the great rest still remaineth up ahead, untouched. And every quiet night like this, one is a small practicing for it, the way a child's early steps practice for all the roads to come. When you cease tonight, you are rehearsing a promise. Sleep for the people of God is a little Sabbath at the end of every day, and a little foretaste of the Sabbath at the end of all of them. You may enter it with honor, friend, the way one enters anything holy, slowly and gladly, and without one backward glance at the unfinished. Let your breathing lengthen now, easy and low, and let the last of the day's obligation drain out of your shoulders into the mattress, where it can do no more harm. There remaineth a rest, and tonight your portion of it is simple sleep. And while you rest, something else will be happening, something you have perhaps never thought to count on. For rest in the Scriptures is never only an ending, it is a mending. While you cease, God does not, and all night long, on His side of things, strength is being made new for you, quietly, the way fields are made ready under snow. How that renewing works, and why the everlasting God who never faints delights to give strength to those who do, is where we will go next, slowly, with no hurry at all. Perhaps the last worry still awake in you tonight is not about today at all. Today is spent, and you know it. The worry is about tomorrow, and whether there will be enough of you for it. You have measured what is left in you, the way a person shakes a nearly empty tin to guess what remains, and the answer felt thin. Enough love, enough patience, enough strength, enough of you. Friend, this last quiet movement of the night is for exactly that question, and the Scriptures answer it in a way you may not expect. They do not tell you to go find more strength. They tell you where strength comes from while you are doing nothing at all. Come and hear the prophet Isaiah chapter 40 in some of the most comforting lines ever set down, read slowly, the way they were meant to be heard by tired people. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard that the everlasting God, the Lord, the Creator of the ends of the earth, fainteth not, neither is weary? There is no searching of His understanding. The everlasting God fainteth not, neither is weary. Let that stand in the room a while. There is one person in this story who never runs out, and it is not you. and it was never supposed to be you. And here is the gentle turn hidden inside that verse. Because he cannot faint, you are allowed to. The house does not need two who never sleep. A child can afford to be small precisely because the Father is not. And you can afford to be finished tonight, emptied out, down to the last of yourself, precisely because the everlasting God is not and cannot be, and watches the ends of the earth without once growing dim. Your weariness is not a crisis in heaven, friend. It is simply your half of an old arrangement, and his half has never failed. And what does this untiring God do with his strength? The very next verse tells you, and it is the whole gospel of the nighttime in one line. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might. He increaseth strength to the faint, to them that have no might. Read the guest list of that verse again, and notice who is on it. Not the strong being made a little stronger, the faint and the ones with nothing left, the ones shaking the empty tin. That is who he gives power to, which means the very emptiness you brought to bed tonight is not your disqualification. It is your invitation. You qualify for this verse by being exactly as spent as you are. And in case anyone should feel ashamed of running out, the prophet goes on and quietly levels every field. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall, even the youths. Even the strong ones in their mourning, the ones who seem to carry everything lightly, they faint too, they fall too, every one of them, sooner or later. Running out is not a flaw in you, friend. It is the plain condition of being human, shared by the sturdiest who ever lived. So there is no shame to be carried in this bed tonight, none. And then on the far side of that honesty comes the promise itself. The one generations of the weary have gone to sleep on, but they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Now look closely and tenderly at the one thing asked of you in that sentence. Not strive, not summon, not rise early and try harder. Wait. And waiting, friend, is the one work in all the world that can be done lying down in the dark with your eyes closed. Waiting is what the wheat does all night at the windowsill, and what the field does under winter, holding still while everything that matters is worked into it from elsewhere. You can wait on the Lord unconscious. Sleep itself, offered up from a trusting heart, is waiting on him. And while you wait, the renewing happens on his side of the ledger, not yours, shall renew their strength. It does not say you shall renew it. The verb belongs to him. Somewhere in the hours between this pillow and the morning, quietly, without your help, strength is measured out for you. The way dew is laid on grass, and you will find it there when you wake, not because you manage the night well, but because he giveth power to the faint. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. And how much strength will be there? The scriptures are wonderfully practical about this, and the answer comes from an old blessing in the book of Deuteronomy, spoken over a well-loved people, and it is only a few words long, saying, "As thy days, so shall thy strength be. Not as thy fears, so shall thy strength be." Matched against every imagined trouble at once, as thy days. Strength in God's economy is issued like the morning's bread, one day's portion for one day's road, arriving with the day itself, never the night before. That is why you cannot feel tomorrow's strength tonight, friend, and were never meant to. Tonight, you are not living tomorrow, so tonight carries no strength for it. And that empty feeling is not poverty. It is simply the pantry of a household that is provided for daily. When tomorrow comes, its strength will come with it, on time, sufficient, as it has every single morning of your life so far. For as thy days, so shall thy strength be. And if some corner of you still whispers, but you do not know how weak I really am, then hear the last word of this movement, spoken to a worn-out servant of God who had begged for his weakness to be taken away. In the second epistle to the Corinthians, he tells us what he heard instead, and what he heard has been enough for every tired saint since. And he said unto me, "My grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. My strength is made perfect in weakness, not in spite of weakness, in it." Weakness, it turns out, is not the thing that keeps God's strength away from you. It is the very place His strength settles and shows itself whole, the way lamplight is made lovely by a dark room and would be invisible at noon. So the arithmetic of tonight is simpler than the worried mind believes. You do not bring the strength. You are never the one bringing the strength. You bring the weakness, which you have in full supply, and He brings the strength, which He has in more than full supply. And between the two of you, tomorrow is already provided for. My grace is sufficient for thee. Sufficient is a quiet word, and it means there will be enough, and enough is all that grace has ever needed to be. So let the question of tomorrow be laid down now, next to everything else you have laid down tonight. The everlasting God fainteth not, and so you may. The renewing is His work, and the waiting is yours, and you can do your part sound asleep. And as the last of the day's striving loosens and lets go, there is one more gift waiting, the gentlest of them all, the one Jesus handed to His own on the very night He knew their hearts would be troubled. He called it His peace, and He did not lend it. He left it with them and with you. Let the words come to you slowly now, friend, as sleep comes, and hear about the peace He leaves with you. The night has been generous already, friend. Rest has been promised to you, and your burdens have been lifted onto older and stronger shoulders, and strength is being renewed in you even now, while you do nothing at all but breathe. And in this late hour, the Scriptures bring out one more gift, the softest one they carry, and lay it quietly on the bed beside you. Peace, not the idea of peace, and not advice about finding it, but peace itself, made over to you the way a treasured thing is made over in a will, left to you, set down with your name upon it, waiting only to be received. That is the lovely strangeness of the peace of God. You do not go out and gather it, and you do not build it. It was left to you by someone who loved you, and a thing left to you is already yours, whether you are thinking of it or not, and even while you sleep. Before we open that bequest, the prophet Isaiah, chapter 30, will tell you what receiving it looks like, and it looks very much like what you are doing at this moment. In returning and rest shall ye be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Hear how gentle the requirements are, friend. Returning and rest, quietness and confidence. There is not one striving word in the whole sentence. Nothing about climbing higher, nothing about holding on tighter, nothing about deserving. The saving is in the returning. The way a tired child is safe from the cold simply by coming back into the house. And the strength, says the verse, is in the quietness. Which means that lying still tonight is not idleness, and it is not giving up, and it is nothing to apologize for. Lying still is the strong thing now. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. There are hours that ask for effort, and this is not one of them. This is the hour when your strength grows the way a field grows in the dark, quietly, secretly, with no help from you at all. And now, the bequest itself. It is kept in the Gospel of John, chapter 14, and it was spoken on a quiet evening near the end, when a man who knew he would soon be leaving gathered his dearest friends around a table. The supper was ended, the lamps were burning low, and like a father setting his house in order, he began to leave things to the ones he loved. He had no lands to leave them, and no silver, and no house with his name over the door. He left them what he had, and what he had was the one treasure the whole world has never been able to make. Hear him now, slowly, and hear it spoken to you as surely as to them. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. Peace I leave with you. That is inheritance language, friend, the language of a will, and a will does not ask the beloved to qualify. It only names them. My peace, he says, my own, the very peace he himself carried through crowded days, and pulling hands and pressing needs, the settledness at the center of him that nothing could hurry and nothing could shake. That is the peace that has been left to you, not a lesser copy of it, not a sample of it, his. And notice that it is given, not lent. I give unto you, he says. A lent thing must be watched over and given back, and you would lie awake guarding it. A given thing is simply yours, tonight and tomorrow night, and every night after, and no morning will ever come when you wake to find it has been taken back. Not as the world giveth. The world does give a kind of peace, friend, and you have felt it, and you know its price. The world's peace arrives Only when the circumstances line up, when the bills are paid and the calls are returned, and everyone you love is well, and the news is quiet, and the forecast is kind. And because it is built out of circumstances, it lasts exactly as long as they do. One letter, one phone call, one small turning of events can carry it off by morning. His peace is not made of circumstances at all, and that is the whole difference. And it is why his peace can sit down beside you in an unfinished life. It does not wait in the hallway until everything is settled. It comes in while the letter is still unanswered, and the question is still open, and the list still has lines on it, and it sits down and it stays. You do not need a finished day in order to receive it tonight. You only need to stop holding the door shut. And then, the gentlest clause of all, let not your heart be troubled. Read it wrongly, and it sounds like one more instruction, one more task to manage before you may sleep. But it was never a command barked at a tired heart. It is permission, spoken low. It is the voice of the host who lifts the heavy coat from your shoulders and says, you can let that go now. You will not be needing it in this house. The troubling has felt like duty, friend. Somewhere along the way, the heart came to believe that staying anxious was a way of standing by the people you love. That worry was a kind of faithfulness. But your trouble was never holding anything up. It has only been holding you down. And tonight, you are allowed, truly and fully allowed, to set it down. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. He would not have said it if it were not allowed. There is one more word about this peace from the epistle to the Colossians, and it is a word for the arguments. And let the peace of God rule in your hearts. The old word underneath rule is a homely one. It is the word for an umpire, the one who watches the contest and makes the call and settles the matter so that the players do not have to shout it out among themselves forever. And you know the contests, friend. The mind loves to hold court at bedtime. It replays the conversation from this afternoon and argues both sides of it. It rehearses tomorrow's hard hour over and over, as though one more rehearsal would finally tame it. It weighs what you said against what you might have said, and calls for the whole day to be tried again. You do not have to win those arguments tonight. You do not even have to finish them. Let the peace of God rule in your hearts. Let peace step in and make the call. Settled, covered. Not tonight. Whatever question the mind raises in the dark, peace may answer it. And peace has only one answer at this hour, which is that you are held, and the matter can wait until morning, and most matters, heard by morning light, turn out to be smaller than they sounded in the dark. Let peace have the last word tonight. Every argument ends sometime, and it is a mercy when it ends in a word as soft as that. So look once more, with your eyes closed, at a candle burning where no draught can find it. The flame stands perfectly steady on the white cloth, not because the night is small, but because the air around it is still. That is a heart with peace ruling in it, friend. Not a heart with nothing to burn through, but a heart the wind has been shut away from. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you. The gift is lying on the bed beside you now. Receiving it looks like nothing at all. It looks exactly like this: quietness and confidence and a warm blanket and a slow breath going out. And when that breath has gone all the way out, there is one more gentleness waiting for you. The oldest bedtime custom in all the Psalms. The psalmist, on nights like this one, would speak softly to his own soul, the way a shepherd at dusk calls the flock home to the fold. No shouting, only the low voice they know. You may do the same tonight, and in a little while we will learn his words together and call your soul home to its rest. There is no hurry at all. Peace has the last word in this room now, and the word is stay. There is a way of speaking that belongs to the very end of the day, friend, and the Psalms are full of it. It is not prayer exactly, though it lives next door to prayer. It is the sound of a man talking gently to his own soul, the way a shepherd stands at the gate at dusk and calls the flock home. No shouting, no driving, no dog sent out to herd them, just the low voice they know, and the sheep lift their heads and come. The psalmist knew that the soul is like that. It does not come home to rest because it has been argued in, or ordered in, or shamed in. It comes home because it hears a kind voice it trusts, calling from a warm doorway. And tonight, in this quiet hour, that voice may be yours. But before you say a single word to your own soul, we will listen to a man who did it best in one of the smallest and quietest songs in the whole book. It is the 131st Psalm, and it is scarcely longer than a breath. There is no history in it, no long list of troubles, no crying out, just a man lowering his voice at the end of things, in words that sound as though they were written sitting on the edge of a bed with the lamp already turned down. And the first thing this quiet man does is set something outside the door. Hear the first verse. Lord, my heart is not haughty, nor mine eyes lofty. Neither do I exercise myself in great matters or in things too high for me. Things too high for me. What a kind door that phrase opens, friend. The psalmist is not saying that the great matters do not matter. He is saying they are not his to carry, not at this hour, and perhaps never were, and that he has stopped exercising himself over them, stopped pacing the floor of his mind about things his hands cannot reach. And you may say the very same tonight, with no shame in it at all. The questions that are too big for a bedside, where the world is going, how the years ahead will unfold, how the people you love will fare in matters you cannot arrange for them. All the great and high things, every one of them is allowed to stay outside the door tonight, not thrown away, not abandoned, just left outside, the way muddy boots are left on the step, because they do not belong where you are going. It is not smallness of heart to lay down what was always beyond you. It is honesty, and it is the beginning of quiet. Someone higher than the high things is up with them tonight, and he has never once needed your company to manage them. And then the psalmist tells you what his soul felt like once the great matters were left on the step. Surely I have behaved and quieted myself as a child that is weaned of his mother. My soul is even as a weaned child. Stay with that picture a while, friend, because it may be the tenderest picture in all the Psalms. Not a nursing infant, mind you. A nursing child comes to its mother's lap wanting something, rooting and restless until it is fed, all appetite and urgency. But a weaned child, a small one grown just past all that, climbs up onto the same lap, wanting nothing at all. It is not there for what the lap provides. It is there for the mother. It leans its whole small weight against her warmth, plays a moment with a fold of her sleeve, grows heavy-eyed to the rise and fall of her breathing, and asks for nothing, and would not trade that lap for anything else the house could offer. That is a soul at rest, not a soul that has finally been given every answer it was asking for, but a soul that has stopped asking for the evening and is simply leaning, content with the nearness, warmed by what it rests against, wanting the giver more than the gifts, and finding, to its own quiet surprise, that the giver was enough. I have behaved and quieted myself, the psalmist says, and there is help hidden in that little phrase as well. The quieting was something he did gently to his own soul, the way a mother smooths a blanket over a child who is already half asleep, not with scolding, never once with scolding, only a hand resting on the back and a low voice saying the same soft things again. Your soul has had a long day, friend, and some long years, and it may still be murmuring there in the dark, turning its worries over the way children recount the day's small injustices long after the light is out. You do not need to argue it into silence. You do not need to be stern with it. You may simply quiet it kindly, patiently, the way the psalmist quieted his. There now. Hush now. All is well enough for tonight. And tonight is all we are asked to hold. And if you would like the very words to say to it, the 116th Psalm has kept them for you. One short sentence, worn smooth by centuries of tired voices saying it into the dark. Return unto thy rest, O my soul, for the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee. Return unto thy rest, as though rest were not a prize to be won, but a home to come back to, a place your soul already knows well, with its own lamp in its own window, and the path back known even in the dark, because the soul has walked it many times before. Souls wander in the evening, friend. They drift out to the edges of things, out to the unfinished and the uncertain and the unanswered, and they stand out there in the cold, going over it all again. And notice that the psalmist does not chase his soul and does not scold it for wandering. He calls it, return, come home now. And then he gives it a reason. And the reason is not that everything has finally worked out, for it had not. The reason is memory. For the Lord hath dealt bountifully with thee. Look back, soul, he is saying. Look at all the bread that has somehow been on the table, all the mornings that arrived, all the years already carried through, every one of them held by hands you could not always see. The hands that dealt so bountifully have not changed, and they are not going to change tonight. Return unto thy rest, O my soul. You may say it just as it stands, friend, silently, into the pillow, in the psalmist's own words. Or you may say nothing at all, and only lean into the sound of it as it is said over you. Either way, the soul hears, the way sheep hear the voice at the gate, and somewhere in you, even now, something that has been standing out in the yard all evening turns around and starts back toward the warm doorway, and the door is open and the light is on. The prophet Isaiah once heard this same welcome given from heaven itself, and he set it down plainly so it would not be lost. This is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest, and this is the refreshing. This is the rest, not a rest far off somewhere, on the other side of a changed life or a better season. This one, the rest of leaning, the rest of the weaned child, the rest your soul is being called home to at this very hour. And this is the refreshing, he says, for rest of this kind does not merely pause the weariness, it undoes it, the way slow rain undoes a dry field, softening what was hard, filling what was emptied, asking nothing of the ground, but that it lie still and receive. So the soul has been spoken to, and the great matters are outside the door, and the lap is warm, and the small weight is leaning. Nearly everything has now been done, friend, and almost none of it by you, which is the whole sweetness of this night. Only one thing remains, and it is the simplest thing of all, the thing your body has known how to do since before you could speak, the lying down itself, the last thing left to do, and you will find in a moment that even the lying down comes with its own old promises, sweet ones, waiting under the pillow like a blessing left there by hands that knew you were coming. Everything has been handed over now, friend. The burdens went first, cast onto the one who cares for you. Then the cares themselves, one by one, out of your hands and into his. The great matters are outside the door. The soul has been called home, and it has come, and it is leaning. There's nothing left in your hands at all. You can open them once on the blanket and feel it. Nothing. Of the whole long day, only one thing now remains, and it is the gentlest thing ever asked of anyone, the lying down. And look, it is already half done. You are already here, in the dark, in the warmth, the bed holding all of you. The night has done nearly all of it for you. All that is left is to let it be so. There is something worth knowing about the lying down itself, friend, before the last promises are read over it. Lying down is the one thing you cannot do while still holding everything up. The body knows this. That is why the lying down feels the way it does. Every night of your life, whether you meant it or not, Your body has preached you the same small sermon. It stretches out and gives its weight away and stops. It cannot lie down and stand guard at the same time, so it lies down and does not stand guard and trusts. Long before your mind learned to worry, your body already knew how to end a day. Let it teach you now. Let it be the older, wiser one tonight. It has already begun without you, and it has never once been wrong about this. And to that lying down, the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, makes a promise it has been keeping for thousands of years of bedtimes. Hear it slowly. When thou liest down, thou shalt not be afraid. Yea, thou shalt lie down, and thy sleep shall be sweet. When thou liest down, not when thou hast finished everything, not when thou hast deserved it. When thou liest down, which is now, which is this, which is already happening, thou shalt not be afraid. And then the promise goes further than anyone would have dared to ask, and says the loveliest thing that can be said about a night. Thy sleep shall be sweet. Thy sleep shall be sweet. Sweet is not a word the scriptures spend carelessly, friend. It is the honey word, the ripe fruit word. And here it is given to sleep. Your sleep. Tonight's sleep. Not merely long, not merely deep. Sweet. As though sleep itself could be a kindness poured out over a tired life. And it can be, and it is being poured now. Thy sleep shall be sweet. And 2 verses on, the same old chapter quietly tells you why the lying down is safe. For the Lord shall be thy confidence. Not your planning, finished or unfinished. Not your carefulness, not your strength, which was spent hours ago and honorably so. Him, the Lord shall be thy confidence, which means the confidence does not have to live inside you tonight and does not rise and fall with how you feel. It stands outside you, steady as a house is steady, and you may lean your whole weight upon it without testing it first. The Lord shall be thy confidence. Lean, friend. It holds. It has always held. There is a sentence in the 3rd Psalm that may be the plainest sentence in all the book. A man in real trouble wrote it, with real cares waiting for him in the morning. And this is everything he has to say about the night in between. I laid me down and slept. I awaked, for the Lord sustained me. 3 small steps, like 3 smooth stones across a stream. He lay down, he slept, he woke, and underneath all 3, the whole way across, one carrying. For the Lord sustained me. Not 1 hour of that sleep did the psalmist manage, or watch over, or hold up, and not 1 hour of it went unheld. That is what the morning proved to him. He awaked. The sustaining had gone on all night long without him, quietly, faithfully, free of charge. And it will go on all night without you too. I laid me down and slept. That will be you, friend, in a little while. Or perhaps it is you already. I awaked. That will be you as well, in the morning, in the light, with the night's whole distance crossed. For the Lord sustained me. And that will be the truth of every unconscious hour in between. Every one of them, sustained, carried, kept, while you know nothing about any of it. Sleep is a long trust, friend. Hours and hours of it with your eyes closed the whole way. But the trust was never in your keeping. It is in His. It always was. And now the last scripture of the night. It comes from the 4th Psalm, and it is the psalmist's own. Good night, the sentence he must have said with his eyes already closing. It is the both verse, and in a moment you will hear why. Hear it now, slowly. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For Thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Both. That is the whole wonder of it. Both at once. Not lie down anxious and hope that peace arrives later. Not lie down restless and wait for sleep to outlast the worrying. Lay me down in peace and sleep. Both together. The peace and the sleep in the same breath, the same moment, given as one gift, because they were never meant to be separated. And then the reason, carrying everything, the way the ground carries the house. For Thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Only. He alone does it. Not the logs, not the plans, not the careful watching mind. Him only. And so the mind may finally stop, friend, and go off duty and lie down with the body, because the safety was never its work. It was His all along. It is His right now. Hear it once more, slower still, and let it be the last thing the whole day holds. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For Thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Both. Lay me down in peace and sleep. Thou only, Lord, in safety. The day is done now, friend. All of it. The finished parts and the unfinished parts alike. Done. Because the day is not yours anymore. It is His, and He knows what to do with days. The load is His. The keeping is His. The morning, when it comes, will be His first, and He will have it ready for you, and it can introduce itself when it arrives. You are kept. Breathe out, long and slow. Let the pillow have the whole weight of your head now. Let the dark be soft around you, because tonight it is. There's nothing to hold. There's nothing to watch. There's no one you must be until morning. Kept. That is the word you are falling asleep inside. Kept. In a moment there will be a blessing spoken over you the old way, and after that only the quiet and the sweet sleep and the sustaining that goes on and on beneath you all night, like still water under a resting boat. Good night, friend. Lay thee down in peace. The lamp is low. All is well. And now, friend, there's nothing left to do. The day is over. The load has been handed to hands that do not tire. The invitation was spoken, and you came, and that was all that was ever asked. So receive, before you drift the rest of the way down. One last word, an old blessing written to Thai believers a very long time ago, in the second epistle to the Thessalonians, and kept safe all these years for nights exactly like this one. Now the Lord of peace Himself give you peace always by all means. The Lord be with you all. Peace always. Peace by all means. Not peace if the week goes well, and not peace once the list is finished. Peace Himself, staying in the room all night by every means He has, and His means have no end. Let that blessing lie over you now like one more blanket, weightless and warm. You are not behind. You are not failing anyone by resting. You are a beloved child at the end of a long day, and the house is in better hands than yours, and the night knows the way to morning without any help from either of us. If these quiet hours of Scripture have been a comfort to you, this whole devotional is also on Spotify, so the promises can go with you wherever your evenings find you. But that is a thought for tomorrow, and tomorrow has a keeper already. For now, there is only this warm dark and the slow tide of your own breathing and the everlasting arms beneath it all. Sleep now, friend, sleep in peace. He giveth his beloved sleep, and tonight, that means you.